Howdy, my name's Derek, and I'm going to be teaching you how to play the solitaire version of Wurfel Pie. It's going to be pretty simple. You just need a pen, one sheet, 10 dice, and a bag. For this, I'm using an old sheet, not the pretty nice new one that you're going to be getting with the Kickstarter, simply because this is what I have on hand, and hopefully it'll be very readable on the camera here. For the dice, you'll need 2 white, these are going to be your wild, 2 black, 2 red, 2 yellow, or 2 blue, or whatever combination that you can see and you have on hand, and you can just make the note on the sheet that, oh, this is actually what that color is. The first 30 times I played this, I did not have anything close to red and blue and yellow, and as you can see, I'm not even using a fully white die. So use what you have on hand. Throw it into a bag. I highly recommend, if you can get a hold of it, if you can find it, something short with a square bottom, because you can do that. And also shuffling is this easy. So that's it. You're going to throw the dice in the bag, and you're going to shuffle it up, and we're going to get going. I'm going to shuffle under the table so that hopefully it's less loud for you. There we go. And now you're going to, just like in a normal game, in a big game, you're going to draw 2 more dice than the number of players. We're 1 player. We've got 3 dice. You're going to draw them, and you're going to roll them. Now, in the solitaire version, you don't have the discard and re-roll option that you do in the multiplayer game. You do still have your special actions, your ice cream and your whipped cream, and they are still only once per game that you can do them. So what will happen is, you've got your dice, you grab them, and the drafting on this is going to be a little bit different than the multiplayer game. I'm going to go ahead and grab the red 5, fill in for the pie, because if you ever get to watch me play this more, you're going to see that I really like grabbing those high ones and throwing them into the pie really quick, so then filling in the pie out later is easier. Once you're done, that die gets set aside. The 2 remaining stay where they are, and you're going to draw a new die and start going. So that's where you have to be careful with your draft, because this is going to get set aside and you were still stuck with the colors that were there. So you need to find ways to use them up, because they're still going to be there. And what's happening is these dice are being drawn out of the bag, and they're going to be set aside every single turn until either there are less than 3 dice in the bag, or you have 1 die of every color set aside, including white. So at some point you're going to have to use that wild and stick it off to the side. The reason it's important to also keep an eye on your white dice and why they're part of this pool is because white dice are wild. You can use them for any color, but you can only use them for filling in pies. So we've got our 3 dice. We're going to roll. We're going to start the next round, or the next turn. And our options are challenging. I want to go ahead and grab that blue, because as I said, I really like grabbing the high numbers, dropping them in there, so I can get that pie. Now the end game, the game is going to end in the exact same way. The trigger is going to be the same as the multiplayer game, in that whenever you fill in all 4 pies, game ends. Or if you fill in an entire column, so 1 through 6, and any one column is also going to trigger the end game. So you need to really do your best to diversify. Fill in the pies as slowly as possible. Fill in the rows and columns as slowly as possible. Because the moment you're done, the moment you fill this in using those white that you have to use up, or you fill in one of these columns, the game's going to end. Another reason to be very careful about diversifying is because solo introduces a 3rd end-game condition, which is honestly Benny conceding to my preferences. I'm a hardcore gamer. I really like having hard challenges, and he let me have this one. If you cannot drafting a die, if you cannot fill in a pie or fill in a row or column, fill in any space on the sheet, the game is over. You failed. The scoring at the end is a little bit complicated, so I'm going to get farther in before I get into that. But ultimately what you want is to diversify so that you can get as far as you can. Let me keep playing. I'll tell you a little bit more as we go. 4, that is actually, yeah, we need to use up the white, and 4 is a great number to drop in here. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that. Now, the way that I like to play this, there is a score, in-game scoring, there is a way to count this out. But honestly, what I prefer to do is play this to try and get perfection. Perfection is all but one column, I'm sorry, all but one row on the bottom filled in, and then all 4 pies filled in, because that is the best score that you can possibly get. And that's literally all I play for solitaire, because I've played this so many times. I've played 30, 40 times through the solitaire. That is just my goal every time I play it, because the score at this point doesn't matter. It's, did I do the best that I can possibly do? And man, that's great. We've already got red and blue and white. Yeah, we're gonna grab that yellow and come down here, because it feels really good when you can get the caps. When you get the 1 and the 6, it feels excellent getting those done. We are getting low in the bag. We've got 2 left. So no matter how this turn goes, we should be getting a reroll very, very soon. A red 6, a black 4. Let's go ahead and take that red 6. We want to get some diversity going. Well, you know what? Because I need to keep those whites down, I'm going to grab that black 4, drop that in here. Normally I like 5 and 6s, as you've seen up here, but once I remembered the whites can only be used on the pie, that's going to make this a lot more complicated. But that gives us 1 of each, so everything is going to go back in, bag's going to reset, and we're going to keep going. One, two, three. That's hilarious. Let's go and grab the 1. Like I said, I really like to have my caps, my top and my bottom done. Looks like we're probably going to be going red. Yeah. 1, 2, 3 again. That's funny. Let me grab that 1. Oh my word, 1, 1, 2. So as you can see, this game can go pretty darn quickly. Unfortunately, it's also very easy to slip up. If you get in a hurry and you're flying through it, it's easy to forget a rule like the wild only being used on the pies. But it's a pretty quick game, pretty challenging to work your way through and to min-max your turns. Like right now, I'm really torn. If I do the blue, it's going to have to be in the pie, and I really don't want that filled with none of this filled in. I can take the red. I'm going to take the red. That way I get my caps going. And that's right. Wrong game. These stay out. Next die comes out. Ooh, my goodness. I really need a low on the white. Yeah, I'm going to grab that too. Just start filling in. And we'll grab this one. Oh yeah. 3, 2, 6. Boy, that 6 looks good. Yeah, I'm going to take that 6. Well, that's both red, both blues. 5, 5, and 4. That is terrible. I did not set up my pies well for that. My goodness. So I grabbed that 4. That one of these pies is going to be completely done, and that's not a good thing. I'm going to grab that yellow 5. So we now have less than 3, so everything gets reset. That's basically how you play Wurfel Pie. Solitaire. I'm going to bring out this other sheet so I can give you an idea of how endgame scoring works. So in this case, we don't have all the pies filled, but we did finish off one of the columns. So boom, the game's going to end. We've got these 2 available, so we didn't spend them. That's going to be 2 extra points. And now what we're going to do, the way the scoring works is you go to the column with the fewest X's. In this case, we have 4, 4, 6, and 3. This is going to be our column. Now you start at this column and you go to each X, and the row that the X is in, you're going to look at every other column, every other X that's on that same row, and score points according to how the pies are completed. So this X is going to score us 1 point because the pie is incomplete. This X is going to score us 3 points because that's a complete pie. This is nothing because it doesn't line up. And this X is going to be 3 points again. So that's 3, 6, 7. Score 7 points for that. Here, again, we've got 4 X's this time. So that'll be 2 incomplete pies. That'll be 2 points. 2 complete pies, 6 points. So that gives us 8. That's huge. Nothing here, so those don't matter. We've got something here. Complete pie is 3 points. Incomplete, incomplete. So that's going to give us 5. And here again, we have nothing, so scores nothing. So the total is going to be 15, 20, 22 points. That is a totally respectable game. I hope that helps you understand the scoring, and I hope that helps you understand Solitaire Wurfel Pie. If you have any questions, reach out to us on the comment section of the Kickstarter or on Twitter. We're always over there. Or reach out to us at rollandwriterevolution@gmail.com. Thank you much.